Welcome back to the Bryan Devore Connection. I'm your host, Bryan Devore, serving today's senior and the senior of tomorrow. Very hot topic, and there's a lot of organizations that are doing just that. And one of the best organizations I can think of to really address those things and all the different services they offer is St. Paul's Senior Services. So here today to talk about St. Paul's Senior Services are Amanda and Michael. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Very good, very good.
Good. I'm glad you guys are here. I've always been a big fan of St. Paul's Senior Services because you offer so much for so many seniors of today, and at the end we're going to be talking about the senior of tomorrow as well. So welcome. Amanda, tell me a little bit about St. Paul's. Give me an overview of St. Paul's Senior Services.
Well, as you know, we've been around since 1960. And since the inception of the Manor, which is the independent community down in Bankers Hill, we have grown to serve so many more seniors in so many different ways. So I'll let Michael talk about all of the different services.
Michael, tell us a little bit about all the different variety of services that St. Paul's offers.
Yeah, so like Amanda said, we started out in 1960, and so at that point in time, we just had one independent retirement community, the Manor, over in Bankers Hill, so downtown San Diego. And we have evolved from there. We've acquired an assisted living facility, which is also located in the Bankers Hill community of downtown San Diego, as well as another community in South Chula Vista, which has independent living, assisted living, and memory care, so a full aging in place community. And then aside from that, we have also brought the PACE program to San Diego. We were the first to do that back in 2008, and we've served over about 2,500 seniors since then. But if we look at it from a very broad perspective, we've served a little over 5,000 seniors probably to this day.
Wow.
And continue to do that.
That's amazing. I was actually in Chula Vista a couple weeks ago for my first tour. I'd been there but never had a tour before. I was floored by so many features that are there. The pub is fantastic. The community room, which really makes it a community center, and where it's located, it really lends itself to being a center for the community to come and join and get resources. The gym, I mean, there's so much there, and that's just one of the locations that St. Paul's has.
The Plaza was actually developed based on research from the community. So we asked a lot of the seniors, what do you want in a community? And the feedback was, we want more for our families. And that's how the pub was developed, for example. So, you know, adult children could come in, have a beer, watch a sports game with their grandparents. And so that's why you're seeing so many almost resort-like amenities at the Plaza.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So Michael, you mentioned PACE, Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly, which has really grown by leaps and bounds in San Diego. For either one of you, talk a little bit more about the PACE program and how it works.
Yeah, I'll take that. Would you
Absolutely.
like? PACE is, St. Paul's PACE has been in San Diego for over 15 years. And it's a very, very unique program. So for those seniors who are living in their home, but they have medical conditions that are making it difficult, the PACE program is perfect. So we provide transportation, full medical services, even home care if the senior needs it. We've also got physical and occupational therapy. So PACE stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. And we are the one program that provides a full wraparound service. So adult children don't have to coordinate medical appointments. We do all that for them. We're providing medication delivery, medication management. So it is a medical program exclusively for seniors.
That's super powerful.
Yeah.
And you have a few different locations for PACE as well, correct?
Yes, we now have 4 locations throughout San Diego County, but we serve all of San Diego County. And as I said, we've been doing that for 15 years now. In fact, St. Paul's Senior Services brought the PACE concept to San Diego.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. And since you did, it's wonderful seeing its growth. You also provide a lot of educational programming for seniors throughout San Diego County. So talk about that.
Well, our educational program actually came about from the enrollment and admissions specialists. So they would come to me and say, you know, these adult children are coming to us because mom or dad need to move into our residential living and they are not prepared. They have no education on what kind of service mom or dad needs. And so we are the leaders in senior care in San Diego. And so what we decided to do was bring education to the community. And so 3-4 times a year we host big, robust educational programs. And I'm really proud of this, Bryan. I mean, people come from North County, South County, East County to join us and learn about all kinds of things. Safety in the home, the 5 essential documents you really need to have if mum or dad end up in the hospital or skilled nursing. What does Medicare cover? A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think it covers residential living. So we provide a really strong educational program. We also provide one of those manuals where the parents can go home and insert documents in a safe place, one essential folder which they can take with them if mum or dad go to the hospital, or it's all in one place. So that's the type of service that we're really proud to provide San Diego.
Yeah, that's great. And, and Michael and I have been on different Zoom meetings and other meetings as well, where you've been able to get out in the community with not just the public but professionals, you know, who are working with seniors. So you can provide education to those people who then can pass it along to the people they serve.
And like Amanda mentioned, we are the leaders in senior care, and we just want to make sure that we are preparing the next generation for what's to come and always just being on top of that.
Right.
Yeah. And actually a lot of what Michael does is recognizes experts within the industry, because we don't know everything. We need people like you who know about senior care, and Michael goes out and spots that talent and invites them to come and be a part of our educational series.
Right. Yeah. So that's all helping take care of the senior of today.
Yeah.
Now let's talk a little bit about the senior of tomorrow. And I love how you and I talked when we were talking about topics to discuss. Taking care of the senior of tomorrow, how home care and health care and senior care in general will change. Talk about the vision for that.
Right, so the senior of tomorrow is changing. Actually, they're a lot more tech savvy, but also they are living longer, and we need to address that. There is a huge growth in seniors for our future, so we need to look at staffing. How are we going to accommodate to support those seniors? But most importantly right now, we're looking at technology. Technology is going to be the key to be able to serve a lot more seniors in San Diego. A couple of things that we've done to date is obviously we've increased our telehealth services. So we are talking with a lot of seniors who are homebound with our gerontologist doctors, our nurses, to be able to serve them better. Another thing that we have done over the last few years, actually since the pandemic, you're familiar with our roving clinic. That is another example of the type of service we need to bring to seniors who are in their homes. And during COVID, a lot of seniors weren't able to go and see a doctor, so we have a clinic on wheels, and we can actually go to their home with full medical services from doctors and nurses, where we can provide them care in their home now. So we are diligently researching the San Diego community and trying to find ways to address this. One of the populations we're very passionate about looking at is that middle income. So there are a lot of services actually for those on Medi-Cal, lower income seniors, and for those with extra income, they tend to be able to afford home care services and so on. But that middle income, and those are people like teachers, firemen, people who have worked all their lives, the middle income people, we need to be able to address some of their needs. And that's what St. Paul Senior Services is looking at right now, is how can we address that?
Well, with 10,000 people a day turning 65, and I think is by 2030, the senior group will be the biggest group of any demographic in San Diego County. Those services are absolutely going to be needed. They're needed now, and it's so great to see that you guys are on the forefront of looking at the senior of tomorrow. So the information for St. Paul Senior Services is on your screen. Their website, you can learn more about the different services they provide, their phone number to call if you have any questions. Amanda and Michael, thank you so much for coming and sharing everything that St. Paul's does.
It's always good to see you, Bryan.
You too.
Thank you for having us here today.
My pleasure.